So I'm going to discuss today about a few uh, sort of points, certain points I want to touch upon when you are conversing with someone. Things that I've always believed to be or learned to be helpful when I am conversing with someone, when I am communicating with someone, something that has I have found to be helpful also in my life. So, when we are talking to someone, you must remember that the connection with that person is very important. I would say, I would go on to the length of saying that whether it's your enemy or your friend or anyone in between that you're talking to, if you want to put your ideas through to that person, the connection part is very important. You need to connect to that person. You need to have a sort of a bonding. I'm not saying bonding as in a bonding of a lifetime or something like that, not like a friend, but a bonding, you can say a temporary bonding if you like, with that person who's in front of you, so that he is willing to listen out to you. This is a very important thing. Remember that you may speak 1,000 words, okay, but someone who is not willing to listen to you, someone who is not willing to listen to your words, will not be able to understand you at all. The moment you have lost attention, or lost his attention rather, or her attention, from then onwards, you can bet that the conversation starts to go down. And it's a very common thing. So, in the course of my lecturing, for example, I've always seen that there are certain topics where we need to discuss a few things at length. We are sometimes pressed for time. And what happens is that the students, they unfortunately sometimes get bored and they just lose their attention. And so we have to repeat that, or they don't understand it, and then we have to repeat that, or worse still, we may just have lost them at that point of time. This happens with everybody. It's not just happens in lectures; it happens in conversations also. If you're talking at a great length with someone, something comes up, an important point comes up. You start thinking about it, and the person has carried forward with his other words, his other sentences. You don't tend to at all pay any attention because you're thinking about that first point that he talked about or she talked about. So, this connection is very important. So, however way we want to connect, we have to say this that however way we want to connect, we have to maintain that connection so that the conversation can go forward in a meaningful fashion. So, let me just show you a few points which I have jotted down for you guys. First thing is eye contact, but friendly. Okay. So, what is it about? Is this that let's say I'm facing you and I'm conversing and I'm saying, hello, Mr. X. So, how are you doing? Okay. That's one way of saying. Another way is, hello, Mr. X. How are you doing? So, you see, the change of expression. Now, obviously, there was a marked change in my expressions. There can be anything in between. That's not a very good thing to do that because you see, um, it doesn't pay to lose someone's confidence in you or to make someone believe that you're not interested in this conversation. It's not a very good thing. Now, so maintain a friendly sort of a posture, maintain a friendly posture, maintain a friendly sort of eye contact. Even if you're having an argument with someone, try to look as less aggressive as possible because aggression builds aggression. If you are in a hurry, do not converse. When you go to an interview, for example, you must clear your mind of all other thoughts but the interview and just keep your head calm and cool, and your focus should be on the interview. So the interviewer will see whether you are focused in your conversation or not. And he is a very seasoned person. He has taken so many interviews, he has done so many interviews. he has understood so many people, is a veteran, okay, he or she, whatever, that person who's in front of you is an HR manager, most likely to be an HR manager or an HR personnel, or someone who is a manager of some sort. He is dealing with people, or he or she is dealing with people all the time. So do not think that person is a fool. If you are, if you don't maintain the correct type of eye contact, and in case of an interview, you have the role of making the other person understand that you're good for the job. When you are teaching someone, you're making that other person understand that I am trying to help you. You're welcome to ask me questions. And if you want me to repeat, I'll repeat as best as I can. I'll help you as best as I can. When you're conversing with someone regarding something that they have done, if it's a congratulatory note, it's a different emotion. If it's a criticism, it's a different emotion. But at all times, try to maintain eye contact and as friendly as possible. Okay. Now your emotions show through your eyes. If I'm angry at someone, I will maintain a stern look. That will show that person I'm angry. So you don't please talk. So try to not get that kind of a look for interviewers and other conversations. You must practice your eye contact in front of the mirror. Okay, because that is the only thing that helps you making you, or rather helps you make yourself known or make your intentions known to the other person. You come in a friendly way. When you talk to the interviewer, for example, I mean, most of you who are studying for your professional degrees, especially, or you are studying and you will be studying for some degree or some postgraduate degree or whatever, and you will go. You will go to the nursery, or you will go for higher education. When you are meeting the interviewers, you need to tell them, look, I'm not afraid. I will tell you what I know, and I hope that is good for you. But I am not afraid doesn't actually mean, look, I'm not afraid of you. Not like that. Okay, not like that. It's a friendly that I'm happy with you, and I hope that you're happy with me too. That kind of a friendly atmosphere you should always build up. And you should be willing to tell them that you are patient and you are willing to give them the time. The three other points that are there are, you have to smile always. Well, it's best to smile always. So it is free and it wins the conversation. Then I would also suggest that you be honest for your own confidence. Be honest in what you say for your own confidence. And you always try to listen and think before answering. So always try to think and listen before answering. So let me tell you what it is about, what I'm talking about. Smile. Okay? Say, I look better already. Everybody in the world. Smile, smiles, laughters, crying. These are emotions that are very, very universal in their appeal. Smile all the time. So maintaining a smile. If you're even arguing with someone, okay, no, I don't think that I would want to do that, or I don't think that you're correct, because after all, this is the problem, isn't it? Like this, okay. You don't have to show your anger by not smiling or something like that. Even if you have anger inside you, try to smile. Smile is good for you, and smile is also good for the conversation because it wins the other person over. It wins the conversation also. The other person tries to think, okay, so this guy or girl is actually quite confident. He's or she is smiling. So there is nothing that is stressing her over. In fact, when if you smile like this, just force yourself. If you just try this, whenever you are in a stressful situation, like you have a fight with someone, you have a quarrel with someone, whatever it is, okay, you are worrying about something. Try smiling. Just try smiling. You'll see the stress goes away. So when the other person sees that you are not stressed out, he tries to release his own stress as well. And then he will be willing to give you more time. When he or she sees that you're friendly, that would include an HR manager also. When he or she sees that you're friendly, and immediately when you smile, your body language changes also. Your body language is that of confidence and friendliness, and it's a very important thing. So, especially when you are being interviewed, maintaining a smiling face, even if you think that you don't know the answer to the question, or even if you think you know the answer to the question, but the interviewer is not agreeing with you, even purposefully, try to maintain a smiling face, because that will tell the interviewer that, okay, I did not have the last word. He may have had something to say. So, and it will also tell the interviewer, okay, so he has, because he's saying something, he's not nervous. So that means that if he's saying something, he must have thought about it. And that is how he's saying. So, all of that is very important. So, always smile. The next one was be honest for your own confidence. You see, winning a conversation, this is very important when you're going for your interviews. Winning a conversation is very important. And, but, to gain the interview and, winning a conversation. For that, you need to be confident. And if you are lying, so if someone says that, when is the last time you have visited your old grandmother? Let us say you have actually forgotten about her. You don't even go to see her, you don't call her up, you don't even talk to her or whatever. If you're a person like that, and someone says, when have you last gone to see your grandmother? You say, oh, I just met her yesterday. This will lead to other conversations because you're lying and you know that you are lying. If anyone else in the world does not know, you at least know that you are lying. So if you are lying about meeting your grandmother, then one thing will lead to another. Then I'll ask you, so how's her broken leg now? Is it okay? Has it healed? You'll have to lie again. Then I'll ask about the doctor. You'll have to lie again. And three, four sentences, I will know, okay, he's lying. He doesn't visit his grandmother. He doesn't even care. Similarly, when you are facing an interview and somebody says, what languages do you know? What programming languages do you know? And you say, I know Java. And you only know what a Java class looks like and nothing else. Then that person is going to ask you, okay, so how do you connect your program to a MySQL database? Now, if you don't have knowledge of that program, and when I mean knowledge of that program, I mean you've done it yourself, not taken it from somebody else, or not followed somebody else's word of mouth. Now, you have not actually connected your program to a database yourself using Java code. Then you will again falter, and the person will find the gap, go in there, make it wider, and you will lose the conversation and the interview. So, whatever you say, be confident that you know that very well, at least to the best of your knowledge, you know that very well, and then speak. If you know C and not Java, why don't you actually say that, I'm sorry, sir, I actually don't know Java that well, just only the basics, but I know C quite a lot, and I know I've programmed in C quite a lot, and I'm sure that I can programming Java if when I start doing it also. Um, because after all the features and everything are in the book, so it won't be a problem for me to catch up. Now you see, this may not be the answer that the person wants. You may still lose the interview, but the point is you may also put a spark in the person that, okay, he's honest, and after all he knows programming. So it's just a matter of fact whether he can pick up the Java codes from the book or not, and I'm sure that he will be able to do that. So let us answer him a few answer. Let us question him a few questions on C. Let us ask him a few questions on C, and let's see that how far he has actually learned C, because he says that he has learned C well. So let us see how far he has actually learned C well. And once he does that, he'll be able to understand. If you are not lying about your C programming skills, he'll be understanding that, okay, fine, this guy knows C and he's not lying. No, this guy knows programming, so obviously he'll be able to pick up Java and he'll be able to work well with us. So there is a high chance that you can win the conversation by being honest that you don't know Java, but you know C, you know programming. So it will not be uh, any difficulty at all for you to pick up the very difficulty for you to pick up Java at all. So most important thing is this that you have to be very honest means honest to yourself obviously, and when you are honest to yourself, you will be honest with others. Simple. Try not to lie to yourself. You will see that you will not lie to others. You will not have to, because we only lie about things that we cannot live with ourselves. Okay. We know it is wrong, but we still do it. We still do it, and that's where we falter. If we know it is wrong, don't do it, and you will see you'll have all the confidence in the world. Fourth point I said is, or I mentioned is, always try to listen and think before answering. It's very simple. Just imagine you're talking to someone on a daily basis. We happen to come across this feeling on a daily basis almost that we are talking to someone. That person is not even listening to you. The person is not even listening to you. The person is trying to answer you, but he is not even listening to you. So you ask something, he answers something else, or he doesn't give you a proper answer. Why? Because he's not listening to you properly. It's simple. How would you feel? And imagine doing this in an interview. Imagine doing this in an interview. Immediately, the person interviewing you will say, "Oh, so he has got something else to do. This is an interview, this is a job interview, and he is not even taking it very seriously because he's somewhere else. He's not even listening." Then, once you've understood the question, you start to answer straight off. Why? Okay, some questions you know the answer already. You can immediately bang on and get yourself back. For example, if they ask you what is, let's say you are, if they ask you about data structures, they ask you whether uh, a tree is a linear data structure or a nonlinear data structure and why. You either know the answer or you don't know the answer. If you know the answer, if you studied well, you know it's a nonlinear data structure, okay, because of the traversal, the way you can traverse. So you just answer that question and explain. Simple. You either know it or don't know it. But if they ask you that there is a sudden necessity of a job that you may be relocated every now and then to different cities altogether. You are saying that you've got an old grandfather at home who's not very well, and you have to undertake household chores sometimes. Will you be able to manage our job then? How will you go out, leaving your parents to fend for your grandfather? So you see, that is a big problem. Do not lie there. Tell them the truth that I will try to do at best as I can for the need of the job, but obviously it will be a bit of a problem because my parents are aged and my grandfather is very old. So it will be a problem. I would love it if you did not send me outside too much. But yes, when the absolute need arises, I won't hold myself back from traveling for the need of the hour every now and then. But I do have a problem with relocation. Be honest. Once again, be honest. And think about what you're saying. Well, if you say that no, there is not a problem, my parents will handle it well, you may get the job then. But next, in 2 3 years' time, when they will try to, or let's say 2 3 months' time, even if they try to relocate and you are not able to go, then they'll throw you out. Remember, the hiring database is uh, every year, the hiring database has a corresponding firing database also. Getting a job is not easy. but holding on to it is even more easy. So you have to play your cards right from the start. You have to play your cards right from the start. And one of the reasons why I'm saying this is that, you know, this honesty, this confidence, etc., they go hand in hand. The When you are trying to say something, always say something that you will be able to keep. It's like a promise. If you tell your interviewers that you'll be able to do certain amount of job, you'll be able to travel, etc., etc., they will hold you to your words. They will want to know later on when you cannot do. They will want to know why you said what you said during the interview, and then you are not being able to follow up on your words, and it goes very, very, very bad on you. It looks very bad on you if you can't keep the words that you've said. So I would say that always think and say, and always think what you can actually give and say. If later on, if the need arises and you give more, then everybody is happy, but at least you have not promised anything and not given it. At least you have not promised anything and not given it. Even if I say I won't be able to go to the market every day, please don't expect. Then 1 week there are certain things at home and I go to the market every day. Everyone will think, okay, he's already said he is not going to go to the market every day, but he is going, so he is sacrificing. He has not only kept his word, he has kept beyond his words. But if I tell you, oh, I'll just go to the market every day, you tell me I'll go. But you tell me I will go, and then you need me for something, and I won't be able to go. What would you think? You would think that this man is not a man of his words. He cannot keep his words. Why doesn't he, when he answers something, what does he just says? He doesn't even think, and he answers. Why? Such a horrible person. See, if you are the employer, and if this is a professional thing I'm talking about, you will just fire me and hire someone else who can keep his words. Okay. So ponder upon this, and please leave your comments on what you think about this. And I'll come back again and talk to you and communicate with you. Have a nice day.